Shout out my brother Deal. We celebrated all of our favorite person, Freak, a few weeks ago, his birthday, which was a really dope moment because Freak spends so much time like organizing and putting shit together to celebrate everybody else. He's the he's a nigga you just like nigga, it's your birthday. Like this is really cool, and it was dope to see everybody pulled up and was like, no nigga, we're happy to be celebrating you, and it's like to see Freak like not emotional but like grateful that everybody gave a fuck. It's like, oh, you don't know how much you mean to everybody. You know, it was a really cool moment, but we got fucked up. By the way, I blame these niggas.
Blame who?
El Poe and Deal. I blame
Nah, that's
y'all.
Poe and Deal sneaking off. I didn't know they left. They just came back with two
So
halves.
it's like, hey, we running out of alcohol. Poe and Deal go, oh, don't worry, we got it, and pull back up with two handles after everybody was done. And so I go, oh, that's cool because you can take one of them home and we might get through like a quarter of one. I looked up and the first one was
trying to
gone,
map it out.
and it was either L or Poe that was opening the second one. I was like, what are you doing? But like all that to say, as the second one was being opened, Dill, I think it's me, Dill, G, maybe one other person are having this conversation, and Dill is explaining to us the interview process for what he does. I don't even know how to describe Dill's job. It's an architect, but he got way more like every architect that I know is borderline weird and don't have no cool about him. Dill got a level of cool that make you forget that this nigga's a fucking genius. It's the flyest shit in the world to me. And so he's explaining to us how in his interview process he tested off the charts for empathy. And I literally have not been able to stop thinking about that because sorry. You're on the podcast, don't say anything crazy, but say hello to the people.
Oh, hey, Monty.
No, not me. The podcast. Talk to the people.
Hi, podcast fans. How are you?
I'm gonna call you right back.
Call me back.
But I haven't been able to stop thinking about. Sorry, that shit is so loud too. I thought I disconnected it. I haven't been able to stop thinking about that concept because to me, I think L's fucking brilliant. Lex, the shit that you are able to do when you normalize is just like, I can. His singer was talking about cameras before you got here, and I was like, boy, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like, yeah, that sounds cool.
That's how I'll be in this room. Like, yeah, for sure, y'all. I'm
When
gonna
I
this cord in this area right here, though.
When I talk to Poe and he's just running off these things that are like, you know, this isn't normal, right? But it's just you niggas just normalize just genius shit. Freak does it all the time. We're in Vegas and we met with B Walk and watching. I stopped engaging in the conversation because I was watching B be in amazement of Freak, and I'm going, oh, all my niggas are brilliant. And so Dill starts talking about this empathy shit and what an attribute and sort of determining variable it is for success for people. Now, present day, wasn't always the case, I feel like. But now, however, to maneuver, to leverage, to level up, to lead, and it's not something you can fake, right? It's not something you can go study it and acquire it, but to do that would take such a long fucking time. So I guess that's the reason why I feel comfortable even saying it and highlighting it as such, because niggas are gonna hear it and be like, oh, I could be more empathetic. It's like, nah, that's not how that works. This is definitely not how that works. These are something you can't take away from the niggas who possess it. This is something that can't be it can be prostituted for sure. But you combine that with a level of thoroughness and some real niggas and good fucking luck, nigga. You pack a lunch because it's gonna be a long day when you run into my niggas for sure. And ever since then, bruh, I can honestly tell y'all I've been walking around this bitch without a care in the world. And when I say a care in the world, I mean like the fear went away completely. Like I've been working on like removing the fear, But it wasn't until that day when I went, oh, we gonna be all right in a real ass way. I not worried about nothing at all. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, like, hey man, can we do the podcast after Lovecraft? Nigga, it was 11 o'clock. I'm like, yo, how y'all feeling? Oh, y'all don't want to do it? All right, man. It's good. Like, we're gonna be all right. We're on to something. We're on the right path, on the right trajectory. And fuck, I don't even know how we got there. Oh, the spectrum shit. What's serving us? And our commitment to our love for our people is serving us so fucking well, y'all.
That's it right there.
And I just wanted to highlight my niggas, say thank y'all, the listeners, and how y'all tap in and how y'all show up for us in the show, man. Thank y'all. Travis called on Wednesday. That was the conversation I had on Wednesday. That was like the closure to a beautiful day, talking to one of my OGs, who put me in the game musically and just as a brother, and who was high on the spectrum for empathy. But he was calling. He was like, "Yo, niggas," that, like, he didn't say nigga. Sorry, Travis. He definitely didn't say nigga. I promise you, he did.
You're not gonna put that word on him.
Not gonna put that on him. But he's like, Monty, bro, stop and hug yourself, cause you're doing some exceptional shit. And I'm like, bro, I can't. He's like, no. Cause we be in the club, and the reason it's important, cause we would be in the club. I wanted to DJ so bad, and my brother Davion went up to Travis like, yo, Monty be DJing at the crib. They give him a shot. And Travis like, show up next week. We'll see. We'll try you out. I showed up early. My shit was like, it was like first day of school. I was excited. And I'm getting this story in hindsight, but he was telling me, he's like, Monty, he's like, you know how many people did exactly, like, would say, hey, I want to DJ, and he'd be like, yo, show up next week. He said, you know how few people would show up when I tell them to come next week, and then you just never left, and then you were just a student. So in the middle of a set, he would be like, yo, what's the BPM to that? Don't look. Like, fuck. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Back that ass up is like 95 BPMs, bro. Like, I'll like now I just hear beats and I go, I know what that BPM is. And so when we were in the studio last night, and I was like, Jane, you fuck with Britney Spears, but the Neptune's Britney Spears. She was like, I'll fight you right now, nigga. Yeah, I do. And I played her some shit. She was like, bro, how did you make that? I was like, I just love that type of shit. So it's like, I can mimic it really fucking well, but but find my own voice in the space. And it's just the ultimate level of fandom. And so I share that to share with all the people who have passions. And it don't have to just be fucking music. Like, fuck music, bro. It's all kind of different passions to have, but protect your fandom in the interim. Like, don't be too cool to be a fan and be inspired by some shit. That shit can carry you so fucking far, because it's a lot of people doing exceptional shit. And I am fortunate enough just to be insulated by some of the most amazing fucking people. My guys, my co-hosts on the show, my brothers who are not here, and my sisters who are not here. It's amazing. So I needed to share that, because I've been walking around with that shit all fucking week. Like, damn, nigga, life is good, but it's fucked up, but it's good. And in the midst of it being fucked up and it being shut down, niggas is like doing what niggas do, figuring it out.